This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and I am back in black. AC/DC. It's a song. Anyway, mono black aggro. Is this deck good? Kind of. It's very straightforward. It has a plan. And it goes for it every single game. Our plan is to play a dinosaur and give it a demonic hug. The new card in the deck is Demonic Embrace. This gives enchanted creature +3/+1, gives it flying. It's a demon, in addition to its other types. You may cast Demonic Embrace from your graveyard by paying 3 life and discarding a card in addition to paying its other costs. So, comes out of the graveyard, gives this thing 10 power, smash, smash, win. Easy game. If you Demonic Embrace a demon, is it a double demon? Inquiring minds want to know. The rest of the deck is, well, at first I played a whole bunch of aggro and removal spells like Eliminate, Grasp of Darkness, some of that new stuff. I decided to change it up because you see, Hateful Eidolon says whenever an enchanted creature dies, draw a card for each aura you control that was attached to it. Well, I already wanted to play 4 auras. Demonic Embrace. Seemed pretty sweet that if you could suit this up and then the opponent did manage to kill it, you could draw a card and help yourself recover. The card you can discard to bring this back out and put it maybe on a Hateful Eidolon, which has lifelink. Seemed like a pretty sweet combo to me. And there are so many creature decks right now. Like, Ugin Ramp is a thing, and for everybody to beat Ugin Ramp, they have to play the most aggressive decks they have. They have to play Embercleave decks like Mono Red and Gruul. They have to play really aggressive sacrifice decks like Jund and Rakdos. And I'm facing so many cheap creatures, Pelt Collectors, Priest of the Forgotten Gods, that need to be answered, that I decided to go with the Enchantment Eidolon package, the control group over here. So, man, my head just keeps blocking stuff. Just keeps getting in the way. Anyway, you know what's up. Mire's Grasp, -3/-3, Deadweight, -2/-2, play with Eidolon. It's almost like you have an Edgewall Innkeeper in Adventure, except you're killing stuff. Feels good. And I haven't found many matchups where these are dead cards. Everybody's trying to get battlefield pressure with creatures, and if they are dead cards, I can tell you right now, you can throw a Deadweight on your own Gutter Bones and draw a card. Sometimes you might just have to do it. And then on the other hand, the other new card that we brought into the deck from the new set is Kitesail Free Booty. Free Booty here is going to come look at the opponent's hand and steal the removal spell that would want to kill your hugged dino. So you take away their Claim the Firstborn with the freebooter, you play the dino, you give it a hug, you attack twice, they die. It's awesome. It's great. Anyway, very straightforward plan. And this is going to be my road to ranked for July season. And right now we've deranked back down to platinum because the season ended. We finished around 170 something after like 2 hours of decay. Yeah, I think I ranked 174 last month. So to get back to Mythic, what I'm going to try to do is pick a reasonably competitive deck that I think you can rank up with, a different one every day. And we're going to try to battle out 1 rank up per day. If I do that for 8 straight days, we should be back in Mythic. Easy peasy. So this is the first deck I'm going to try it out with, mostly because it's not on anybody's tier 1 list, but I think it might be good. And I think Demonic Embrace and Kitesail Freebooter might make it good. So hope to show you what Mono Black Aggro is all about. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. It's a hand. It is definitely a hand. A handy hand. No 1-drop, otherwise perfect. Freebooter, take a removal spell, spawn, rankle, embrace, reach, could be bad. Might not even hit here. In fact, there are no non-land creatures. And we have a Bone Crusher Giant to watch out for. Will the opponent play Paradise Druid, or will they crush this freebooter. That took nothing. That Gem Razor. How are we gonna get that Gem Razor? I guess we have to hope the opponent's super aggressive. Oh man. This spawn is gonna have to do work. There might be a few demonic embraces on our flying trampling spawn of mayhem. Or Gem Razor might just go on the Stone Coil and say, my creature is bigger than yours. Yeah. Here we go. So, do we throw the Embrace on the spawn and just try to plow through? I would like to have the Eidolon down when that happens. But the Eidolon just gets stomped. Because our opponent has Bone Crusher Giant. It's not good. Yeah, I think we need to be attacking for big lumps of damage in the air every turn, and that's all there is to it. We could play an Embrace this turn and an Embrace next turn. If the opponent draws any second Gem Razor, they blow up both Embraces. That's not really acceptable. Yeah, if they block this to eat it for free and take 7, I'm pretty happy, right? Yeah, because then I Embrace again next turn. So this freebooter is bait. The opponent doesn't take it. Now we have to remember, we can't just Embrace the freebooter if the opponent holds open the Bone Crusher Giant. They might take a turn here, Bone Crush, stomp the freebooter, play the Giant, and then hopefully we get to Rankle. Oh no. That's a problem. A big problem. Alright. What to do? We could just play Rankle and not attack. Why do they all have to have reach? I actually think I like Eidolon and throw a Demonic Embrace on it to make it too big for Stomp. And then next turn we can throw another Embrace on it, attack, and when it dies, draw 2. Okay, opponent wants to Rumble. I mean, they might have Embercleave, but I have a lifelinking attacker. Ow. So that attacks for 12 next turn. How do we live? Paying 3 life for another Embrace doesn't sound great. We could put out a Spawn. We could get in there with Rankle. Make the opponent sacrifice the Druid. I'd sacrifice the Freebooter. We could block with this, but the opponent has 2 more damage here. Everything about this is ugly. It just feels like the opponent's draw has lined up so perfectly. So, if the Spawn gets in front of this, we're going up to 11. If Spawn gets in front of this, it absorbs 4. Then we take 8. And we're at 11, and this is 2 more. So I think Spawn has to take 1 for the team. Freebooter has to stay home because it has to block the Druid. Okay, Paradise, no Rumble. Alright, so this is 12 total. If I put this in front, it goes down to 10, but then I die to Stomp, so it has to be you. Down to 3. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the air. Doesn't look good. Okay, now the opponent's going face. Not good enough. Not good enough. All right. Go out like G's. As they say. And maybe they play a Stomping Grounds untapped? Somehow they forgot to. Let's do it. I mean, it has some lands and some creatures. What more do you want in these decks? Butterbones. This is mono red. They play mono red. Or knights. We'll see. No stomp, one time. Denied. Opponent will always have the thing. Alright, well, we'll make you have it again. Take 5. Come on, Rotting Regisaur off the top, let's go. We need some of the big hitters. Rankle, Spawn, and Regisaur. You are late. You are late to the date. I'm very nervous having a 2 toughness Gutter Bones with the Demonic Embrace being my whole game. But hey, they played Bone Crusher, so their hand must not be too good. Yeah, okay, dudes. That's enough of this land. I'm starting to get cranky. Thank you for making sure I draw enough land. 2-turn clock for the opponent. Hiya. Complete with Infuriate Gamer moment. Yes. Okay. What you got in there? Give me that Embercleave. Come on. Fork it over. Fork it over. Give me your sword. Oh no, Torbrand. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not dead. Alright. He's not quite dead. He's trying to get better. Come on. Come on, baby. Tell me my stupid Demonic Embrace Aura deck outraced mono red. Let's go. Alright, you can have your sword back now. Now that I'm safely alive. Oh my gosh. The flood. But we got there. A Gutter Bones. A skeleton warrior with a dream. And a hug from a demon. Carries the day. We go first. We have a dinosaur. Life is good. We don't have any of our enchantments, but there are 12 of them. We might draw one, if we're the luckiest gamers available. I like leading with a knight. Okay, enchantment. We are lucky. No targets yet. Dreadhorde Butcher. no blocks because we can reduce its power to 0 with Mire's Grasp. Okay, they don't have the mana for Claim yet, so let's get Big Dino on the field. How you doing? What you thinking about, Red Black? What's on your mind? Do you like my dinosaur? You got little arms and big jaws and no heartbeat. He's kind of falling apart, but he still hits like a boss. Okay. Judith. Opponent could attack, and they're thinking about it. Oh, I hope they do. I hope they do. Nope. Alright, so Swamp can go. Another Dino. I think we Mire's Grasp of the Butcher. They want to trade the Butcher for the Regisaur. We can basically stop that. We can also Mire's Grasp the Judith, and if they do 1 here, it's 2, then 4. That doesn't do it either. Butcher could block and kill the Eidolon or the Knight. The other idea is just to attack, let them have the trade, and then play the Regisaur, and then I still have Mire's Grasp. I don't think that's as good, though. I think it's still the Butcher. So I get to draw a card. Butcher's trigger isn't going to deal damage, but let's see if the opponent knows that. It does say 0. And yeah, Judith going face means they know that. We draw Gutter Bones. Dino. Go to 10. What are we discarding next turn? Because I could just hang on to the Gutter Bones, discard it, and play a second Dino. Is that good enough? Compared to having a... Yeah, this will just die to, like, something dying from Judith. So yeah, I think we save this as discard bait. Gross. Nice. If we draw the land, we still get to Regisaur. The opponent has to block here, so they're going to have a hard time activating Priest. If I take out the Judith, then their creatures aren't that good. Right now they all trade up pretty well, but this definitely wrecks that a little bit. We'll see if I regret not killing the Priest, but I think this is good. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, happy Eidolon moments. All right, the Priest has to block the Dino or they go to 1. I think if I put them at 1, they're going to have a hard time winning. Alright, they're on a Priest and a Prayer. I have to eliminate all of my creatures. They have a Judith. They have a cat. They get 1 Priest activation. We give up an Eidolon. Then it's... They can't really... Oh wait, they can kill the Eidolon here. So I have to give up the Knight. I could also give up the Dinosaur, because the Knight of the Ebon Legion is still lethal. What could their 2-mana play be? Yeah, we'll give up the Regisaur. Because we have a backup. And they have another Priest, and that's going to try to block for them. And they are staying alive. We can draw Deadweight or Demonic Embrace and win now. Oh my god, they had another play! Freebooter. They have to block. Now, will they top deck another creature to use their Priest? I think we play the Freebooter. It's our sacrifice, and it flies. This is still something they have to chump block every turn. They draw another creature. Oh my god, they're the best at Magic. They still need to draw something to block the knight or kill the knight. Gutterbones won't do it. Yep, so they have to draw off the top and they have to hit a cat, and they don't. And Rankle would have finished the job. Whew. Okay. God, those games are scary. So scary. Too slow on the draw. Better. Embrace can go. Are they mono red? Alright, let's see. I'm guessing they're packing a shock. If I get something shocked, I want it to be Gutterbones. We don't have a removal spell, so we are pretty dead against mono red with Steamkin here. But a Deadweight or a Mire's Grasp off the top would be nice. Robber of the Rich. No trigger yet. That's a Dino. What to do? I feel like I play the Eidolon and the Knight, and the Eidolon can get me, like if I get an Embrace on the Eidolon, the lifelink is so powerful. This can't take a Bone Crusher Giant anyway. It can take an Embercleave, so let's wait. The opponent will probably use some kind of removal spell on the Eidolon or the Knight, because those are scary cards. And we need to draw land off the top. We've had no trouble drawing land all day. We've hit every single land drop, but this is a big one. This is a big one. There's no way I double block the Robber when they have untapped mana, because they'll just definitely kill something. Or pump the Robber somehow. Alright, what you got? Time to make a play. Light up the stage, revealing probably the best card, Bone Crusher Giant, that they needed right now. But will they play it now and get the Knight off the board because they anticipate the third land? Oh man. Okay, come on, come on. Bingo. Let's go. 4/3 flying lifelink. Rumble. Robber hit. You got it. Scorch Spitta. And an Annex. Alright, they're setting up for an Embercleave. Let's take it away from them. We can't. Alright, we gotta survive 2 Embercleave hits. Is it even possible? We could rip another Demonic Embrace off the top. Always the second sword. I mean, I don't know what there is to think about. You put the sword on the Annex. Oh, okay, so you drew one of the best possible cards in your deck. That makes sense. Now there's stuff to think about. So this is actually, gotta do like this, I think. But then it just makes a bunch of 1/1s, so it's not good. So yeah, let's keep the potential lethal. I think we block this because it's another trigger next turn that I can't block. I don't know if it actually matters. Oh, wait, we blocked the Annex. What am I thinking? All right, it's not it. It's not the Demonic Embrace we needed, folks. We go up to 16, we block the Annex. Our opponent hits us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Extremely dead. So do we keep everybody back to block with? Is that how we win the game? I think we have to try to win with the Hateful Eidolon, but I don't think we can. I think we're dead by a lot. Sad but true. What a stupid game. Hate you, Mono Red. Hate you so much. Okay, if we play what we've been playing, Mono Red and Sacrifice and Mono Red and Sacrifice and Gruul, this hand is really good. So, this is what we came for. Let's do it. Play a frickin' creature. Yes. Come on. Coward. You gonna shock that, or let me gain a life? Red blue spells. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Okay. That thing can do some damage. It's another one of those must-kill threats, and since the opponent blocked here, we'll just get it off the board. Some decks I order triggers manually when I'm doing something complicated like Discontinuity and Lotus Field, but in decks like this, it just speeds everything up if I do it differently. Alright, everybody in. Arcanist with the block means Arcanist is going down again. That's gotta be frustrating. Been there. Yeah, let's go Dino. I did stay to see my Dino. Like I said, it's gotta be frustrating. It's on the draw, but it has, you know, a curve. 3 lands, Demonic Embrace, Eidolon, Knight, Rankle. It's good. We'll play the Eidolon first. We might draw Mire's Grasp or a Deadweight and want to use it next turn. Plus we might gain a point of life. How glorious. Knight of the Ebon Legion. That probably won't come online until we have 3 mana available to use with it. What it's really a good question is what we embrace next turn. What do we embrace? And what is our opponent doing? It might be Simic Flash, so we embrace nothing and play Spawn. Maybe we're supposed to pump the Knight. I mean, I think they have a bounce spell. That's my prediction. So I think we'll go for Spawn. They had nothing? What did they keep? They gotta do something now. Okay, it's the saddest mutate draw of all time, is what they kept. Mean. Let's get him with a Rankle, I guess. Let's do it. I guess the Great Horn blocks stuff, and it's sad, so we don't do that. Alright, discard a card. Sacrifice a creature. Let's play a minimum resource game. I can discard this because I can always play it from the graveyard. The opponent knows it's coming. I could discard backup Rankle, but Rankle's kind of winning the game here. And then we'll give up the Eidolon, because who needs cards here when the opponent is taking this level of beating? Is this what happens when you're a mutate deck and you keep a hand with no ramp creatures? It's really bad. Alright, so we got this 4/4. If it blocks here, do they die to the other creatures? They do. So, to pay 3 life with Embrace, it's weird. You have to click your face, and then you hit submit, and then you discard. It's freaking weird, man. So, bam. It's on the draw, but we'll try it. I guess it makes hitting the 3rd land a little more likely. We have none of our 12 enchantments, and we have an Eidolon. Deadweight would be nice. Opponent with Gilded Goose, so they're probably on food, which is a pretty terrible matchup. Chund food is legit horrible. So the important cards to remove are usually Priest. Priest and Devil. Also, with a Woe Strider, though, I can't enchant like a Gilded Goose. So let's do this now. Let's play Hateful Eidolon, target the Woe Strider, draw the card. If the opponent wants the Scry, they have to sacrifice the Goat token now, and if they sacrifice it now, the Gutter Bones gets in. Land located. That was another consideration. We really wanted to hit our 3rd land, because if we don't play on curve, we probably don't have much hope. It means Freebooter's going to be staying home for a while, which is not great, but it is what it is. Cat wants to block the Gutter Bones. We probably play a Regisaur here. I'd love to play a Spawn, but I don't think I'm going to end up here with Spectacle. If I attack here, the cat blocks it almost certainly, and then the opponent makes a food and just gets the cat back. It's not a good deal. Alright, Dino is online. Opponent doesn't have a sacrifice effect yet for Claim the Firstborn. If they had an Oven, they would have played it. So, they might not have Claim. Or they might have Claim, but no way to sacrifice. That's what I mean. The next turn, hopefully we can spawn, because Regisaur isn't good against Cat. Regisaur is pretty bad against Cat. Okay, they said go. Let's drop off the other dinosaur, I think. Because what I really want to do is play Spawn. I'm probably going to lose this Freebooter anyway, but yeah, I think it's the Dino. Okay, backup land. Still no reason not to attack with the Eidolon, and now the cat really wants to block the Gutter Bones, but maybe we can get it back if they take a damage. Yeah, I still think trading the cat for the Gutter Bones is not great, but it's probably better and costs them a resource than the cat blocking the Gutter Bones. Make the goat block the Dino. At least we get the 0-1 off the field. Now a little bit of Spectacle. If both of these creatures, the Regisaur and the Spawn, make it to next turn... Okay, they're going to eat food. Okay. Just trying to... Their hand must be... I don't know. Maybe they have a Citadel. Maybe there's a Citadel coming. Let's turn off auto-ordered triggers. If these both live, we want to get Spectacle, get back Gutter Bones, and discard it to Regisaur. Bowstrider. Alright. Some of those enchantments would be nice out of my deck. So obnoxious. That's what I should be doing, quite honestly. I should be playing Claim the Firstborn decks, because everybody is playing little creatures. It's part of what keeps Regisaur a piece of trash. Claim the Firstborn. It could have been worse. At least we have a high life total this time. Right. No Dino to make me discard now. Still no enchantment. Hopefully we get a Citadel with this play. Bingo. We were probably about to lose the game next turn. Now we just have to dodge another Claim the Firstborn for the rest of the game. We're in a bad position. But our opponent does have to top deck. We could also draw another Deadweight or Mire's Grasp. We have a lot of them. It would be nice. To the bottom, good. Don't get the cat back now. Oh. So now if they draw Citadel, they can't play it. That's good. I guess they're trying to scry harder. To the bottom. Alright. Still here. Don't suppose I could talk you into throwing away your goose. Alright. How about I top deck? Can I top deck? Yes! Yes, I can. I think we go after the Strider, though. If we go after the Priest, they sacrifice it. We don't get to draw the card. I know Priest is a scary card, but I think this is it. Come on, Deadweight off the top. Let's go. Let's go. Alright. So, everybody gets to attack. Make food. Yep. Down to 6. Got our bones. Plenty of food to sacrifice, or plenty of cards to sacrifice to the Priest. It's the card draw that I'm worried about. Opponent might want to think about when they activate Priest, because they might want to block first. And if I go to 10 and lower, my spawn... Yeah, so my spawn's going to start growing anyway. It doesn't matter with the spawn timing. What you got? They didn't make food with the goose. That's interesting. What does that mean? They're just dead on board right now, right? Spawn a Mayhem 1 damage, becomes a 5/5, attack with the 5/5, and the freebooter for 6. They're just dead. Oh, they can hit cat. Alright. They need the cat. Don't think that's it. If we attack with everything, they have free blocks here, including bringing back the cat. And we are at risk, so we do need blockers here. So we didn't miss lethal, because they could have blocked first with that goat, and then I'd just be throwing away one of my creatures. Before you guys say it. Alright, get back Gutter Bones. Play Gutter Bones. Play Rotting Regisaur. Hold on for one more turn. We'll be with crumbs, okay? Could have had 2 foods off the Strider. We'll see if that comes back. They're gonna dig with the cat. Land, okay. Good. Down to 5. Priest is down to 3. If they had a devil right there, it was lethal, but they don't. And they don't have the mana for it. I guess they could go to 1 here, right? They bring back the cat, they sacrifice the food, they activate the trail, they go to 1. If they find devil, they can win. Oh no, don't do it. Don't do it to me. It's a blood crypt. Down to 4. They only have to get me to 1 because of spawn. They don't have any more food sources, so they're trying to draw off the top. I could sacrifice the spawn. That way they draw food, I don't die. Food or a cat would have been lethal to me if I kept the spawn. Tense moments. Ooh, man. Fighting for every inch. Oh yeah. We've got a plan. It's to hug a dinosaur. It's to hug a rotting zombie dinosaur. Two Eidolons. Oh no. Not like this. Yeah, let's get that gone. Slow down there, buddy. Don't claim me. Don't do it. Okay, they get the Strider in place. We know. Oh, we know what's coming next, right? But the deck has one plan. It only rolls one way. It doesn't know another. It doesn't know any other way, guys. Yeah, that's the emote of somebody with a claim the firstborn. 100%. 100%. Lock it in. Guaranteed. No, they didn't have it. They didn't have it one time. One time they didn't have it. We are huggers. Hug the frickin' dinosaur. Let's go. Really? Alright. Everybody has a cat. Play a priest. Do it. Priest. Nothing, huh? Alright, well. I could attack. What could they have? They could have rights. We could have Paragon. Let's see what they do. I'm saving this. There's too many good cards like Mayhem Devil. Keeping a Woe Strider off the board might be crucial. Okay, they did nothing again. What is going on? Alright. Going tall. Going dino-sized. Third land located. I'm sure they have like Woe Strider. If they play a Woe Strider, we're definitely removing it. Devil. That is also a card I want to remove. So I'm going to drop off the Hug. Yeah. I'm going to drop off the Hug, play Mire's Grasp on the Devil, and probably a Knight. We can play the Hug from the graveyard later. Block the Regisaur. Had a feeling. So they missed a land drop. We know they don't have land, Woe Strider, Claim. And if they were counting on drawing it, that's so greedy with that Mayhem Devil play. So I don't think that's what's going to happen. I hope that's not what's going to happen. There's the Woe Strider. Okay. So we have to expect that Claim the Firstborn is coming. We need to take advantage of this turn as much as we can. I think the best way to do it is Rankle. If we hit them for 10 in the air, then Rankle next turn isn't quite lethal. And we end up taking 10 on the backswing. So, but with Rankle, if they block something with the Goat, we can make them sacrifice the Woe Strider. They do block with the Goat. Okay, then we can make them sacrifice Woe Strider, which means they still don't have a sack outlet. So, we're going to have to discard to our Regisaur anyway, so we'll discard this Dino and play this land and make our opponent discard. We could also make them lose a life and draw a card. And then we might not have to discard our Dino, but I think our Dino is too slow anyway. Yeah. They did keep on top though. Let's not do that. Let's play a small game. Less resources, not more. All right. Discard a Dino. Sacrifice our Eidolon, I think. Gross. But yeah, they need that Strider. And they have the Claim now. Ugh. Feels bad. Feels bad. But they get rid of the... They get rid of the Dinosaur. But now we can embrace the Knight. They keep on top must be another Claim, right? Like what else would they keep? I think we still just have to go hard here. Discard a card, and they're at 8, and I have 7. Oh, I have 8 potential points of attack next turn. Top decks don't help me much, I don't think. Not like they help my opponent. Sacrifice creature, absolutely not. They've got a Goat. Drop off a Lurrus. Gain a counter. What did they keep on top of their library? They seem happy enough to get it. Oh. Oh, I mean, is that good enough? I guess they have Woe Strider so they can kill the Rankle, but don't they lose to the Knight? They have to kill the Knight here. And then I Demonic Embrace the Rankle, and it's not good enough. Crap. Oh man, if I had drawn one more card, I need to draw another point of damage. Oh, but they have to sacrifice the Mayhem Devil and the cat to do it, and they just scoop. That game wasn't over. Yeah, so we're on 2. The opponent has to go sacrifice cat, 3, sacrifice devil, 4. They attack me for 3. And then I have Rankle versus them on 8, and their Woe Strider. So I can deal 1, 2, 3. I can bring back Embrace, 4, 5, 6. I can make both players draw. That's 7. I can't kill them. Yeah, I think that's an early scoop. Maybe they miscalculated and they didn't think they'd have to give up their devil. We don't have the hug, but I guess we'll keep. Red. Let's go with the Gutter Bones. No shock. Robber of the Rich. You look like you need some dead weight. Opponent sees a Knight. Give me that back. You give me that back right now. Free boots. Dodger. Dodger gets feisty. Can't be blocked except by creatures with Defender. I don't have none of those. And you get my Knight. I'm salty. I am salty, but we get to play either a Regisaur or a Spawn. And I think playing the Spawn on the cheap is a good move. Probably blocks Gutter Bones. Who knows if, when we'll have Spectacle again. This ensures we have it for the rest of the game, which could be really handy. Dodger's still getting in there. Stage is lit. Are they legit? I have another 2 mana to use here. Another light up the stage. We've got 1-drops for days, so they must be thinking Torbrand. I can't take Torbrand with a freebooter. Let's just keep getting it aggressive. Down to 11. Here's a dino. Come at me. Okay. It's a lot of 1/1s. That is a board of 1/1s, but that's not gonna do it. Oh my gosh, we actually ranked up. Yes. Yes. Plat3. Typical mono red end boss dispatched. And we are back for the post games wrap. We did it. We got up a rank. Took me about 12 games, 13 games, something like that. My final impressions on the deck is that it's pretty much a 50-50 deck. Like, I was kind of hanging out for a long time at the bottom of Platinum 2, or Platinum 3, sorry, rather. And I was just losing one, winning one, losing one, winning one. And then I got on a nice streak, which I think you saw most of that in the video once I picked the games that are going to make the cut. So it's a lot of times, though, my games are like that. With any competitive deck, it seems like I spend a lot of time win one, lose one, win one, lose one. And then I find a groove and I, rattle off 3 or 4 in a row, or like go 5-1, 5-2. And that's usually when I hit a rank and make a video. But yeah, I'm kind of astounded that the mono green matchup isn't better. Like, everything they have has reach. When did this happen? When did every mono green creature get Reach, Gemrazor, Stonecoil Serpent, Shifting Ceratops, Kroll Harpooner? Like, what the heck? So flying ain't what it used to be against mono green. That surprised me. I thought the matchup with mono green would be easy. The matchup with Rakdos in red, you can still very much lose that matchup if you don't have the removal spells. But if you have the removal spells, and if you put them on the right threats, then you're pretty good. Like this hitting Annex and Steamkin, this hitting Priest and Mayhem Devil, it's good stuff. Those matchups are fine if you draw a good amount of these. And if you don't and end up getting your Regisaur Hug claimed, it's not great. It's really not great. 22 land seems right. I didn't have mana trouble. I hit a lot of land drops, and the times when I was in danger of missing a land drop, if I had Hateful Eidolon and Deadweight or Eidolon into Mire's Grasp, it usually got me there. So 22 land, I think, is right. And otherwise, I don't think there's a lot of room to change many things. You could pull the Eidolons out and add regular removal spells like Eliminate and Grasp of Darkness. I just think that you'd see diminishing returns from that experience in the long run. Because while those removal spells are better on their own, the synergy with Eidolon, Demonic Embrace, it does come up. It is helpful. So anyway, this is the deck. I think it's pretty cool. I'd like to thank everybody who clicked on any of the content creators I shouted out in the last 3 days. It was kind of nuts. I had 3 collabs in 3 days, and I've got a few more coming next week. Trying to make good on my promise to try to support more creators in the scene. To all of you who have reached out to me or have told me about a creator who has reached out to me, thank you for your patience. I didn't expect such a huge response, and now I have a spreadsheet full of the people that I do want to try to create shoutouts for. I think 3 in a week is too much. I want to get it back down to 1 a week, but that might be too few because of how big the spreadsheet is. It may take me over a year to go through it all. So I'm trying to figure it out. Maybe 2. We'll see. But I'm trying to work on that. And just thank you to everybody who supports other creators. If I give a recommendation and you go to their channel and hit like and leave a comment, like that means a lot to me. As much as any like kind of sponsored shout outs I might do, that means a ton to me, because one of the biggest things that I miss about like my life before creating content was just being a fan. I don't have time to watch as much YouTube and Twitch content on Magic as I used to, but I really am still like inside just a big fan, and I love hearing about new creators and seeing their journey and seeing what they come up with. So yeah, and I remember when it was so hard to build an audience and always wondering if it was going to work out. So when you guys go give them a little bit of support, that means a lot to me. So you who does that, you're in the Cool Kids Club. You are cool. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.